So right now we're standing outside the dance hall where Thais Marie Haskins left on July 29th, 1965, and she never made it home alive. When I found out about this story the last time we were in Yarmouth, it really bothered me for numerous reasons. It was a vicious, brutal murder. A very young woman lost her life, assaulted, and it's quite possible the people who were involved were never actually caught. So to be able to have the chance to come back here now and walk the route it really means a lot to me. So apparently at 11:40 p.m., she left the dance early and she walked home to her aunt's on Tooker Street. Not too far from that location, they found her body. There's a lot of mixed information, such as where did she go when she left? I don't know. She go up this street? I feel if it was me, if I was walking out, I would go straight. So I'm just gonna kind of follow my instincts and see what happens and see if maybe, if her spirit is around, maybe she wants to talk to us and maybe even tell us who it was that was there that night when she died. So we've got the dance hall behind us. I feel like this would be the most obvious route. I can't say as to whether or not it was lit when she was here, but it's flat, it's open. I think it would feel the safest. And given the fact that there were accounts that she had been harassed at the dance, I think she'd be moving quickly and trying to get home as soon as possible. It's sad to think that if she had maybe just gone with a friend, or there was a group of girls that left the party like 5-10 minutes later, and still, you know. I think one of the things that bothers me the most is that some of the kids at the time, probably, who were involved could still be here. They might be living elsewhere, but by all accounts, there was more than one person that had a hand in her death, and only one person went to jail, so that means that there's other people that are still out there. Although I guess that's true for so many murders that go unaccounted for. And perhaps it's just that we're here now that I feel more closely to it. So we're coming down here to Argyle Street. And I know that her aunt lived up on Tooker Street, number 52. So that means she would have gone right here. A little bit of a busier street right now. I guess we'll just keep going. So the thing is if somebody was following her, you'd think that she would have noticed at this point. So if she left the dance hall and someone followed her out, you think she would have heard them behind her, seen them. I mean, it's quite open there. So maybe it wasn't even anyone at the dance at all. Maybe it was somebody she just met on the way. Maybe that guy. As you can see, there's all sorts of people here. So let's assume she came up this way. Now she's come to another intersection. Does she go this way? Or does she go this way? She wasn't from here. She actually was just visiting her aunt. So I kind of think if it was me, maybe I don't even know the town very well, but I know Tooker Street is this way, so all I have to do is hit it and then go right. Whereas this could continue up further and I might miss the street. I think I'd probably go this way. I'm gonna go this way. Interesting. So let's say I'm her right now. Probably men were harassing her like that. Maybe they were following her. Maybe they were catcalling her. Who knows? What does she do at this point? Does she run? Does she go to a door? I mean, safety is only a few blocks away, right? So you just keep going. You tuck your head down and you try and get home safely. Because what else can you do? I don't even know what this street is called. It's not even labeled. So which way would she go? Probably straight if there's somebody following her. I'm on Prince Street now. It's strange. I mean, I'm not alone right now, and yet I do have this sense of fear. Not alone, but there's a feeling of loneliness. I feel like we've gone too far. And it's interesting because back at that last intersection, maybe it's just anger. Maybe I'm angry about the past, the present, potential future. Hard to say. But I feel like maybe this is Tooker Street. So she gets this far, and then it's only a few blocks to home. That's 18. So somewhere between here and home, she is assaulted. Somebody smashes her head with a rock. They stab her over 20 times, and they stuff rocks in her mouth. And that's the physical damage that they could tell. A lot of sadness right now. Are these aspens? Her body was found in a grove of aspens. I think these are aspens. This house is boarded up too, as if somebody who was living here didn't want to be here anymore. Somebody spoke on one of the online forums about her death and having been here when the RCMP were collecting evidence. So the reason I know that she was found in a grove of aspens was that this person spoke of the smell of aspens and how now every time they pass by it, they think about this girl who died because they were here. And of course, it's a small town, and it's a traumatic event. But this very well could have been where her body was found. 2 blocks from her house. Is there anyone here right now? If you're able to reach out or to communicate it with us in any way, please do so now. If you can speak into any of our recording devices or show yourself on any of our digital cameras, we want to see you, we want to hear you. There's a stillness, but it's sad. The trees sound like they're talking. Aspens, when they have the wind go through them, they make that little flutter noise. She might still be here, but honestly, I hope that she's found peace. That is Tucker Street. Definitely feels different up here. It's not the same heaviness that I was feeling back there. This space feels lighter. It's almost like easier just to move through it. And I think we're probably getting closer to our aunt's house now. God. And this is it. This is where she was trying to get to. This is crazy to me. I mean, this boggles my mind. It's what, a 10-minute walk? And it's not like she died by accident. I think that's what pisses me off so much. It's that this was a deliberate act. Angry. I feel angry now. Probably my own anger. I'm just gonna throw that out there. The fact that this young woman couldn't come home because somebody else decided differently, that's not okay. And this stuff is still happening, and this pisses me off. We don't take enough care of our own. And the people that saw what was happening or heard or saw people run, they heard her scream and nobody helped her. Not okay. If you're here and you don't feel safe here, then I invite you back to my place. You can come back to where we're staying tonight, and you can use any of the equipment there that might help you to talk to us tonight. Because I do want to help you. I hope that I can help you. So feel free to follow me home.
I'm up here in the attic because I'm setting up multiple experiments. I've got REM pod up here. I've got the temperature gauge here, which is at 20.6. I've got our green light that sort of spots onto the wall so that if anything walks in front of it, yep, just looking, you would see sort of shadowy type things. So we get a lot of, we did a, well, I know where I should set up that green light. We did a lot of ghost box activity last night, including Holly and I sitting on the stairs leading up to the attic, where I just brained myself today. And some very interesting and even frightening responses, including at one point the ghost box telling us, when we asked what could we do to help, saying, exit. So in probably as clear a voice as I've ever heard. So I don't necessarily think that there's anything up here, sort of resident here. I just think it might be something we call down or we travel with on a semi-regular basis. So with that in mind, I'm gonna, oh, it's really hot up here too. What's the temperature up to now? 20.8, okay? It's 20.8. So with that in mind, I am going to leave this device, which I just pointed to for the camera, which is an audio recorder. I'm going to leave that up here this evening. And if anybody who was here last night or any other entity, I'm opening the door in a non-harmful way, which means you can't come here and harm us. We're not going to allow that. We're not welcoming that. But any other entity or being that wants to make contact with us and has anything to say to us, especially if it was that frightened young girl I think we were talking to last night and trying to help, then you are welcome to communicate with us here. And if you're shy, well, there will be large swaths of time where we won't be up here. So you can communicate to us with this, and I'll check it later, and then we'll be able to hear what you had to say. So I'm going to leave that. You know what? I'm going to leave that right here. and something extra special. First, move the temperature gauge over here, hopefully so that we can see it better. There we go. I'm going to leave the audio recorder right there. I'm going to leave this device. Yeah. Fascinating television. This device, that device is called a REM pod, and if you move by it, if you want to try and set it off, you can do so. So feel free to do so. Now, last night, if we were talking to an entity, that entity, the young girl, potentially, who might have been a murder victim, didn't feel particularly safe. So it seemed. And there may have been other entities there that were meaning her harm. Now, I'm a penny ante ghost hunter, and I have no real experience or expertise at this. However, for what it's worth, piece of chalk, and I'm just going to draw a protective circle, and I'm claiming it's a protective circle. I'm saying anybody who wants to come within this space will be protected, and we will back you up, even though we're not here. If you let us know, we'll come up and we'll back you up if you want to come talk to us. So, this is circle drawing 101. Oops. That's terrible. I've extended the circle a bit. I think you're probably not supposed to break the circle, but whatever. So, I've made sure all the lines touch. So the devices that you see here, it's sort of a circle. It's kind of a circle. This is the area that you can come in if you want to sit here, talk to us, let it be known that you're here. Feel free to do so. There's another one over here. If, for some reason, you want to come and make a shadow in front of our little light frame here. All right, so I'm going to leave you up here now if you want to make contact.